You're listening to the audio production of Entrusted to Lead. Cultivate your gifts, build your confidence, discover your God-given influence by Donna Pisani, published by David C. Cook, and read by the author. Forward. Writing a foreword for someone you have tremendous respect for isn't easy. Writing a foreword for a friend is even harder. Why? Because words can't quite capture relationship. My wife Laura and I consider Dennis and Donna Pisani as some of our nearest and dearest friends. Leadership is lonely, in case you haven't noticed. The friendship we've shared while ministering in the same city has been a game changer. We wouldn't be who we are or where we are without them. The introduction to this book begins with a hashtag, Same Team. No one embodies that better than Donna. By the time you're done reading, you'll discover why we consider our friendship as one of God's great gifts to us. Donna has the gift of encouragement and empowerment. In a world that is enamored with power and prestige, it's easy to overlook a fundamental truth. We are entrusted, not entitled, to leadership. Entrusted to lead is a poignant reminder that true leadership and influence is a sacred stewardship. At the heart of this book, Donna does a deep dive into one of God's timeless principles, the consistent inclusion and empowerment of women in leadership and influence throughout history. You'll discover the Bible is one cohesive story from the birth of humanity to the birth of the church. Donna reveals how God has used women alongside men to play pivotal roles in his redemptive plan. This is not yet another playbook on leadership techniques, but rather a treasury of wisdom to ignite and challenge your leadership motivation. The bottom line, our heart posture as leaders is the greatest predictor of our influence. Donna shares invaluable life lessons gleaned from her leadership journey alongside her husband Dennis, providing readers with a toolbox for healthy influence and leadership. Writing with a blend of passion, humor, and vulnerability, Donna offers insights she wished she'd known earlier, in a way that will make you feel mentored, inspired, and empowered. Through this book, you will uncover and begin to cultivate your God-given entrustment as you find the confidence to use your voice as a woman to breathe life into those you're called to serve. Whether you're a seasoned leader or embarking on your journey, this book will inspire and encourage you to leverage your God-given entrustment to impact the world around you. Entrusted to Lead is more than a compilation of leadership principles. It's a roadmap for the next generation of leaders. May it find within you the desire to faithfully steward the leadership mantle placed on your shoulders, recognizing it not as a privilege to be grasped, but an entrustment to be embraced. Mark Batterson, New York Times bestselling author of The Circle Maker.
Glossary of terms. The foundation of this book is based on a new framework and language for leadership. For clarification, here are definitions for a few key terms. Entitled leadership has two aspects. It is either ego-driven or insecurity-driven. Entitled leadership driven by ego seeks recognition and is motivated by the pursuit of rewards, status, self-promotion, and fame. The drive for self-importance prioritizes position or title, often fueled by a sense of "you owe me," breeding ingratitude. An entitled posture driven by insecurity blinds us to what God has already entrusted us with, so our gifting remains hidden. If this leader fails to recognize the gifts entrusted to them are God-given, self-promotion will be their motivation rather than servant leadership. Entitlement magnifies a sense of insufficiency, limiting the growth of potential abilities. This is a form of scarcity mentality that hinders the vulnerability and authenticity necessary for leadership. Entitled leadership seeks control and power and is transactional rather than relational. Entrusted leadership is rooted in humility and is driven by a deep sense of gratitude for the costs of the gifts God has given us that can transform a scarcity mentality of not enough to more than enough. Entrusted influencers or leaders are not self-serving or self-promoting. Instead, they model the servant leadership exemplified by Jesus found in Luke chapter 22, verse 26. This leadership is marked by a life of surrender in which character and integrity flourish. This posture not only multiplies and nurtures God-given gifts and abilities, but also relies on the empowering
Sample complete. Ready to continue?